Yo, what up, Mikey?
Bullets Gotti, what's poppin', bro?
What's poppin' with you? How you?
Oh man, I'm good, man. There's a lot of crazy shit going on in hip hop right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But I'm glad to have you on the air talking to you, man. You're pretty much the most talked about blogger in hip hop right now, man.
yeah. They listen, man. They try to do a fake stunt on me, Mikey. I'm gonna tell you something. Sunday, they try to end your boy, but come to find out, dudes did it to try to expose me, and it didn't work out, bro. It was a whole bunch of bullshit behind it, bro. You
Man,
know?
Gotti, man. Even Star was shouting you out this week, man. Man, aside from all that, all the controversy, that the crazy stories always come with it, man. But how
Yeah,
does it feel to be the most talked about blogger of the moment, man? I log on to Star the other day. He's talking
yeah,
about you, Gotti.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, Mikey. I'm kind of happy. I think 2022 was a good year for me. You know what I'm saying? 2021, I lost my channel, Mikey, and then I finally got this new channel. I lost two channels in 2000. I lost one channel in 2020, and I lost the other channel in 2021. Rebuild, got this channel to 6,000 subscribers, working. Got a big buzz on Clubhouse, doing my thing over there. I had the game,
Yep.
Mano, a lot of big rooms I done had. This Wack 100 thing. I brought J Rock out. I brought J Rock out. J Rock don't even come on Clubhouse like that. I brought J Rock to the room, and he talked about the whole Wack 100 thing. So, I did a lot of viral. I had a lot of viral weeks. So, dudes was kind of upset, Mikey. You know how the haters be. The whole thing with that happened in Philly with you, Mikey. A lot of these haters dudes, they try to like discredit your character and try to embarrass you because you trying to be on the next level, and they just mad because the people fucks with you. So us as bloggers, we go through bullshit. A lot of times we content creators. At the end of the day, we do this because this is our passion. We put out the content. A lot of people may hate us in the industry. A lot of people may like us in the industry. But
Right.
at the end of the day, we here to put out our content. You know what I'm saying? One thing I respect about Report Card Radio, and I told you that when we did our interview, is that you come with the best facts of what's going on in the industry. So when you talk about what went on in Philly, that was real. You touched on the Dark Low AR Ab situation. A lot of things got exposed. That whole thing where you hear Tax Stone, the Tripe Gangster. I'm arguing with Tripe Gangster. That shit ended up or Tax Stone reposting this stupid conversation, and
Wow.
now Tax Stone is reporting about, yo, he gonna use this for his case on Gillian Wallow podcast. So I
Wow.
mean, these dudes, they talk so much and they let content creators put a battery in the back, and a lot of times they put themselves in a hole and they expose themselves. Me as a content creator, I try my best to not try to get people to expose themselves. I'm telling people, chill. Let me tell a story so it don't come out as somebody trying to tell a story. Then next thing you know, it's gonna help somebody in their case. So
Yeah.
these dudes is crazy.
Yeah, man, Gotti. I went nuts when I seen that you had the game because that's
Yeah,
like aside from J Rock, man, the game is somebody that, like having
yeah,
him on your clubhouse, that is a
yeah.
major point in time. But I also want to talk about, this whole situation. I want to get your take on the Hassan Campbell situation with Wack 100. But
Okay.
first of all, can you take me into how you actually built with Hassan Campbell in the first place?
Okay, so this how it happened. When I first came on YouTube, I was basically, watching a lot of the channels. I was watching Hassan channel, I was watching your channel, I was watching Doggy Diamonds, I was watching a lot of dudes that was on the platform that was talking to hip hop. Hassan Campbell and me, I used to call into his show, right? And I was not a critic, but I used to call in trolling. And then later on, me and him became cool. We started talking, and we built the rapport, which I'm kind of happy we built the rapport that we built because the dude really opened a lot of doors for me and basically, helped me out in YouTube and vice versa. He's a good dude. A lot of people don't like him because they don't like certain things that he says, but this guy is a great content creator because look, this dude makes sure everybody speaks about him, whether they in the industry, whether they a street dude, everybody speaks about them. Like I remember when he first came on the scene, Nobody was really doing videos sitting in their car with glasses on and a fitted hat. He started that lane. You know, he started that lane. Dude sitting in the car, fitted hat on, glasses. Now everybody on YouTube want to do that. You know, everybody that comes on YouTube want to do what Hassan did in the beginning. But Hassan, in my opinion, is the greatest thing because he carved a lane. Everybody has a lane. You know what I'm saying? Hassan carved a lane where basically he showed that I can show you my life. I can show you my good, my bad, and my darkest moments, and still people going to support. A lot of people don't like the dude. You know what I'm saying? I seen like now, dude, like he's getting his flowers. Like with the whole Tekashi Akademiks thing. Now you see Akademiks bringing him on and he getting his flowers. Certain guys I like to see they get their flowers. Like I told you, Mikey, I like that you was getting your flowers when people was putting you in the music and everything because certain dudes I seen grind up. I remember when you and Smurf was doing videos together, you know what I'm saying? And all the interviews that you was doing back in the day. A lot of guys hate you. You know, Gully TV hates you. I don't understand why. Because both of y'all dudes is in a different lane. You deal with rap. He deals with, you know, old drug dealer stories. He talks about drug dealers and old rappers. You talk about current rappers. You're interviewing current and past rappers too. But you are in the culture. You're still in the culture. You're getting all the hot guys on your platform. So that's why I don't understand why people hate on you and hate on what you're doing because you're a great content creator, you know? So that's why I don't understand.
No, I appreciate that, man. You know, yeah, there's supposed to be a lane for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way you broke that down, it's like it just honestly shows that there are lanes for everybody. So, were you aware, Bullet Scotty? I want to ask you, man, were you aware that there was potentially going to be a podcast with Wack 100? You know,
Yes.
And
yes.
Hassan Campbell. Honestly, it sounds like a great fit to me.
Yeah. I was there. Exactly. I was there. I was in the room. It was, I think it was like November, maybe October, maybe November, October. This is when the whole Mama Duck, if you remember the whole Mama Duck thing in Clubhouse that went viral. Wack 100 wanted, I was in a room in Clubhouse and Wack 100 wanted Hassan in the room. He said, yo, can somebody call Hassan, get him in the room? I said, Wack, I'll call him right now and get him in the room. Hassan came in the room. I called him. He came in the room. We was talking about Jim Jones, 6ix9ine, and all that. Then the conversation, Death of the Cloud Chaser, basically talked about Mama Duck. That's when Hassan said what he said, how he felt about how Mama Duck was acting and what he said. And then that thing went viral. It ended up, Mama Duck came on the app, the Clubhouse. Wack was in the room. A couple people from Chicago. Hassan was in the room. It went left because dudes was trying to go at Hassan. It didn't go nowhere because it just, you know, he apologized and everything was squashed. But then Mama Duck went at Hassan again. But in that room, the first room that, like I told you, on Clubhouse that Hassan first came in, Hassan was telling Wack, yes, no, Wack was telling Hassan, we need to do a podcast. Hassan and Wack, every time he saw Hassan, he kept talking about, yo, when we going to do the podcast? When we going to do the podcast? So Wack and Hassan was going to do a podcast together, Mikey. You know, because Wack wanted Hassan to do a podcast with him. You know, Hassan will tell you, we were supposed to do a podcast. Like, so when, you know, you see the thing with him and CEO Reek, that came out of left field, Mikey. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that 100 ENT thing, and it's not doing that good, you know, because the energy's not there. If it was Wack and Hassan, that would have been a dope podcast because these two dudes that are controversial, that everybody love to hate, but still watch them and still come in there to see them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't come on Clubhouse to see the other guys. You know what I'm saying? They come to Clubhouse to see Wack 100. You know, when they go in his room, they're coming to see Wack 100. They're not coming to see the CEO Reeks or the other people that's on the floor. They're coming to see Wack 100. You know, that's just like when people come to my room, they come to see Bullet Scotty. That's why my room is been growing and growing. And I still, like, I've lost clubs in there, Mikey, and I still could blow up another club. Right now, I got this club right now that I got 5.0. I just blew this up to 2,000. So people coming in, they support. The content is good, and people going to support. As long as the content's good and you talk about what's going on, it's hot topics.
So, Gotti, what did you think of Hassan, who went on to get that interview with 6ix9ine, Wack 100, and Akademiks? What did you think about him getting the chance to actually sit with them?
So, the whole interview, right, wasn't because I spoke to Hassan. He told me that it was supposed to be Akademiks and Tekashi. Wack came afterwards, later on. But to see that interview, it was a good interview. You know what I'm saying? It was a good interview because you got to see all different, walks of life on the platform. You got Tekashi 6ix9ine, Akademiks, Wack 100, Hassan. You know what I'm saying? You got different personalities, but all the personalities mesh good together. Everybody in that room meshed good together. So when Wack did what he did and had CEO Reek open the room, kicking Hassan back in, that was type corny because Hassan, like, he didn't understand why they opened the room about him dissing him. Because it was only 24 hours. The next they did the interview on Saturday. The 24 hours after that, it was Sunday. They opened the room Sunday, and then they dissing Hassan. They opened like 2 rooms dissing Hassan, and that's what Hassan didn't understand. What was that about? So because you go and you meet somebody, and then after you meet them, they saying they press you.
It was like almost immediately after the interview dropped, Wack 100 was going at Hassan Campbell. The beef sparked off, but I don't think Wack knew what he gave Hassan by having all these conversations, man. All these conversations.
He gave him a lot of, like, I listened to the audio, and I was the first, like, everybody, and I want to say this here. It's a disclaimer to everybody that's been reposting it. I was the one that leaked the audios, played it, the full audios in my Clubhouse. Nobody else was going to Patreon. I went to Patreon myself. I was already a member, so I went to Patreon. I played the audios in my Clubhouse, let the people hear it. The J-Rock one, J-Rock came in the room. He heard the audio. He said what he said. That was on Friday, last Friday. But, like, all the audios got played in my room. So when a lot of people was reposting the video, I didn't get a lot of credit for it, but it's all good though. But it was the guy that gave 5.0 that was playing the audios, and we was having, like 4,000 to 3,000 people in the room listening to this dude basically throwing Big U, Nipsey Hussle, Gillian Wallow, Nori, T.I., a lot of people, everybody under the bus. Yeah, it's more audio. It's more audio. It's audio with him talking about K-Slay and a lot of people.
Hassan was cool with you doing that?
Yeah, he was cool. He was cool. He was cool. In fact, when I played the audio the first time, he came in my room. The first time I played it. So he came in my room. He came in there last night. I played the T.I. I released the T.I. audio in my room last night. The people got to hear that. That's being reposted on YouTube. So a lot of, like, the people is getting to hear the audio that this guy basically, is talking about everybody in the industry and saying he got ties with these guys. This is crazy.
Yep. And then, he's going on there basically. Do you think, Gotti, do you think the fact that that first podcast got recorded with Reek and not Hassan, do you think at that point Wack had said, all right, my relationship with Hassan is over because we're not doing the podcast together?
I feel like, in my opinion, watching everything, and I had the conversation with Hassan, but just watching everything, I feel like Wack, it's like, okay, like, you see how, like, the situation with, like, China Mac and AD, like, I want to talk about that too, but the whole situation with China Mac and AD, right? China Mac and AD was supposed to do something together, right? And then then they start beefing, the cooking show, and then they start beefing, and they had to fight.
Yep, yeah. They started beefing. They put out a bunch of videos. China Mac called out no jumper. AD reacted to the video.
Yeah.
Take it from there, Gotti.
So it's like with that situation, right? You do the podcast, you're supposed to do a podcast, and then next thing you know, it doesn't happen. You're doing it with somebody else. Like the thing I understand is that Wack should have never did the podcast, because if you really look at the podcast that he got right now, it's not doing as well as he thought it would do. If he'd have did it with Hassan, it probably would have brought a lot of numbers, and it would have did good business.
Yep.
Look at the views on the Tekashi Akademiks Wack 100 like episode, that podcast episode. Look at the numbers on that.
Right.
That's doing extremely well. Now imagine them doing the podcast together. That would have did extremely well, and it would did crazy numbers. But Wack, in my opinion, I feel like Wack is an egomaniac, and he's egotistical, and he's not a person that will basically want to listen. He wanted to be his way or the highway, and when you got ego in front of everything, it's going to be a clash there. And basically, he kicked Hassan back in, where Hassan really didn't have a problem with him. Hassan wanted to do business with him. So that's the thing I didn't understand. Like, he was defending Hassan all through Clubhouse. If it wasn't me, it was Hassan. It was him and me. We would be in rooms, and I'd be in rooms with Wack. Or if I wasn't in rooms with Wack, I would listen and hear the replays, and Wack was in there defending Hassan. So you go from defending somebody to kick their back, and it's like, it's crazy to me. But I just noticed that this is what Wack does. Even if you listening to his recordings, he kicking Big U back. He's kicking this one back, and so this is what he do.
Yep, and that actually, pretty much from what Hassan said, it disgusted him to the point where he hung up the phone. He really didn't want to hear it anymore. You know, a lot of people do that type of shit, you know, put you on a three-way call to expose somebody, but in reality, they're just exposing themselves, because you're putting yourself in a horrible light. Like Hassan was looking at these guys like they were three of the top millionaires. You know what I mean, Gotti? He's like, 3 millionaires that gave him an opportunity.